Hello, my magical friends. Welcome to Blue Angel Love Tarot. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I got my coffee with me. It's got my lipstick on it. Okay, just imagine it's not there. It is what it is. This is very me. We're going to do a quick review of what is happening in the Ukraine through the tarot, okay? And I know nobody cares, and I'm not here to trivialize what's happening in the Ukraine, but I was especially struck and I was especially touched by one story from Ukraine that immediately made me think of an archetypical tarot image that I have to share with you. It is the story of the Ukrainian woman who approached the Russian soldier who was standing on the street. It was just a soldier with his gun. She didn't have a gun. She's just a woman in the Ukraine, and she had some sunflower seeds, and she approached the Russian soldier and she said, "Here's some sunflower seeds for you." This is not a direct quote, but she said, "Here's some sunflower seeds for you for when you die so that flowers can grow where you die." Alzers. I mean, this woman deserves like 10 medals. That is like some gall. That is some obviously, this woman is my hero forever. Sunflowers have since become a symbol of the resistance in the Ukraine to the Russian attack. They have become a symbol of freedom, a symbol of resistance, a symbol of bravery, and for me, the divine feminine. So I wanted to talk to you about this woman from the perspective of tarot. Obviously, the minute I saw the story, I thought, Queen of Wands, baby, okay? The sunflowers come up in the tarot twice. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But in the original Rider-Waite, it comes up, the sunflowers come up in the sun. We'll talk about that in a second. But also in the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a badass, okay? Like, she is the OG liberated woman. When Rider-Waite and Pamela Coleman-Smith, who illustrated the tarot, when they came up with the imagery, this is the beginning of the 20th century, a lot of old-fashioned views about women, and this queen was considered to be, you know, that liberated woman, you know, like that woman with the flat shoes, the feminist, the woman, the go-getter. This is the most independent, the most like action-oriented queen, also the most sexually liberated queen. She's sitting, you know, ladies back in the day, they were supposed to, and still today, that's relevant, I guess. In some social instances, women weren't supposed to sit the way she's sitting. She's sitting like a man. Her feet are apart, and she's sitting like a guy. She's sitting like she's manspreading. Look at the manspread on her, okay? This is, you know, especially for that time, this is a woman who defies convention and goes her own path, who comes into her male power too. She's holding a wand. This is indisputably a major phallic symbol. She's taking over male power in this card. She definitely represents feminism too, and also that kind of proto-feminism, early 20th century feminism. For me, the way I always interpret the three sunflowers behind her, on the pillar behind her, on her throne, there's three sunflowers. They're etched into the pillar right next to the lions. For me, they represent a cross. This is a cross. I can't remember what Waite actually says about it himself, but bear with me. You can correct me down below as well. But for me, in my imaginary, this always represents a cross. There's a lot of Catholic imagery in the tarot too. The people who created it were very much inspired by that. So for me, this represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and the cross. And of course, the fourth sunflower for me, personally, that always represented the new way. So, you know, this is the patriarchy. This is the Abrahamic God behind her, the Father and the Son, and this is the return of the goddess. The Queen of Wands, for me personally, is the goddess returning, and here she is holding the true life, the true flower of life, and through feminine power, not the God, you know, the male imagery, post-Abrahamic imagery of the male God who creates life, but truly the goddess holding life, and also, you know, taking back her power, taking power back from the phallic, holding the phallus to account, if you like. This is just it's just me. The queen is also connected to the divine through the black cat. So she has divine extra protection, witchy protection. Shout out to witches. If you're a witch, let me know in the comments below. There's a divine goddess protection, strong goddess energy. And of course, the cat is replicated 4 times behind her in the 2 lions. It's 2 lions, right? Yeah, 2 lions above and 2 lions below, guarding her throne. It doesn't get any better than that. This is incredible divine protection here for the queen. And she's also protected by you know, the foliage in her crown is obviously creativity and her ideas. So unlike the Empress, this came up in a reading I was doing today, actually. Unlike the Empress, who is pregnant and is fulfilling this, you know, patriarchal role of the mother, this queen is actually pregnant. Her mind is pregnant. She's pregnant with ideas. Her pregnancy is the pregnancy of the psyche and of her crown, her power, feminine power, without having to fulfill a role of procreation, but fulfilling a role of self-actualization, which I love about this queen, which this woman in the Ukraine is all about. This queen is someone who is kind of pushed into a position where she has no choice but to be brave, but it's kind of a part of who she is. This queen has to be brave. Why does she have to be brave? Because, and this is one of my favorite stories regarding the suit. And again, I can't actually remember what Waite himself says about this, but it is common knowledge that there is protection here for these two. These are 2 guys, however you look at it, from our modern period, you know, from the gender perspective of the modern day, in the Edwardian era and the early 20th century era in England when this was created. These were 2 guys, okay? This is a man and this is a young man. This is an apprentice here, the page. So these are 2 men, and they're both protected from fire because they have the symbol of the salamander who lives in the desert. The page has the salamander on his cloth here, wearing the cloth. And the king also has a cape of salamanders with salamanders on it, and a little salamander right next to him. Here's a little salamander. Isn't it cute? Now, the Queen of Wands doesn't have it, though, because she's not protected from fire. And, you know, the question is it because women are not protected in our society, in patriarchy? Is it because women have it harder? Is it because women have been thrown into fire? Because, you know, this Queen of Wands, she's a witch. She has a black cat. So the OG witch symbol, the OG as a signifier of the witchy. So she's not protected from fire by the salamander because she has already perhaps become immune to it through all the witch burnings she's been through, as every woman over the course of the ages. But also, is it because she is fire herself? Like, she is the very element of fire. She is the goddess. So she represents the actual earth force, the actual material force of fire. And I love that about this queen. But also, you know, she represents all the suffering and injustice that women have experienced over the ages. And also, perhaps this is why women have to be braver, and often are. Again, going back to the idea that this queen, she may not be pregnant here in her belly, but she's pregnant here. So, you know, this is the trial by fire that are all the functions, spiritual and physical, that women have had to perform in human society over the ages and civilizations. And this woman in the Ukraine, this is she. This is that go-getter queen. She's not afraid of anything. She's got a black cat. Like, burn her once, burn her twice. Like, seriously, that soldier was never going to say anything. That actual soldier could have hurt her. He probably wouldn't, though, because he didn't seem to be happy to be there either, to be honest. There is no appetite for war at the moment. But I think I dedicate in my personal tarot readings, for me personally, as a person in the world, as also a political actor, animal citizen of the world, this woman in the Ukraine will always come up for me, and psychically, whenever I see this Queen of Wands again, I'm going to think of this amazing woman in the Ukraine, and that is my archetype now. She is etched into the archetype now forever. I'll see you next time, baby. Take care of yourself, and may the angels protect you.